What advice do you give to the person that gets, well, to me, that give me a bit of coaching here, dude, if you don't mind, like getting too comfortable? What would you say?
It's a great question, Neil. It's one I've toyed with myself. I, similar to you, have been for a very similar reason, want to be financially independent so I can do more. I could pick the kids up from school, we can go and spend 4 weeks in France or whatever, the summer holidays, and I want those options that financial freedom gives you. So I've definitely toyed with this as well, but I don't think comfort is the answer. We all dream of sipping margaritas on the beach all day.
Yeah,
That would ruin 99% of people.
yeah,
You need, and there's a lot of different words we can use, like purpose, or you need something, a meaningful thing that you need to do. But I do think it's true, like you need something. But back to the original thing about comfort, because I don't think comfort is the answer. It's comfortable to sit on the settee and watch Netflix and eat Doritos every
mm,
evening.
yeah,
I'd love nothing more than that. I love a crisp and I love binge watching TV, right? But I know if I do that, I'd be 25 stone in 6 months. Like, I know I can't do that because comfort seems good and we all create it, but it's actually probably one of the worst things for you. And it's the same as anything. So I struggle with this because in my career, I wanted the comfort, I wanted the financial security, and I wanted to take the stress and the pressure off by having money in the bank. But I now realize I want it to give me opportunities to do things I love. I don't want to do
mm,
nothing. Like you
yeah,
said, you love coaching. I love coaching. I want to help people. So now I've moved into the Lennox Academy. And where I work now, I took a pay cut from where I was. I don't earn as much money, but I did a session for Lennox prior. I was working as a bit of a consultant for them, and I did a session. And after the session, my wife's words always kind of ring true. She was like, "You can see how much you enjoy that just in
yeah,
your behavior after." And I was like, "You know what? She's right."
mm.
And I don't tell her that very often, but she was absolutely spot on, and it kind of that. I think. But back to the hard questions because I know I went around the fences there.
No, no, I love that. Thank you.
I try to make a difficult choice now. If I'm presented with two choices, it could be as simple as you've just got off the train and there's steps in front of you on the escalator. I try to take the steps
Mm,
because I genuinely believe hard things, problems are going to come your way regardless. If you
yeah,
choose more hard things,
yeah,
you've got more control on what those hard choices are going to be. Tony Robbins, I listened to a podcast with him recently. I'm a massive learner. I like to listen to all different things. And Tony Robbins was talking about, if you haven't got problems, you're dead.
mm,
Doesn't matter
mm,
the world, you've got problems, or you don't do much, and the problems could be going to the supermarket to get your next meal, whatever it is. Everybody has problems. Problems are a privilege. We've got them. How you deal with the stress, the pressure is the key, and that's a big thing that I work on now, trying to actually deal with it. I think you've just got to acknowledge that. Look, life is going to throw problems your way, curveballs. How do we deal with them? And that's a big thing that I'm just working on now, Neil. And, similar to yourself, we could probably chew the fat on this for hours on end, but it's something I'm working on now massively. And I feel like I'm in a better place than where I was, but I'm, far from the finished article in that regard.